Welcome to This Explainer, designed specifically for Australian learning and development managers, HR teams, and national operations directors. If you've ever been tasked with rolling out a new system, policy, or leadership program across the country, you already know it's a completely different beast than hosting a single local workshop. Today, we're going to unpack the ultimate playbook for executing a flawless multi-city training program. Let's dive in.
Okay, here's our operational roadmap for today. We'll be covering the multi-city training challenge, building a standardized framework, nailing the logistics and experience, the national rollout timeline, the one partner versus many strategy, and finally, measuring rollout success.
So, part 1, the multi-city training challenge. We're going to look at why multiplying locations literally multiplies the complexity.
Look, delivering high-quality training in just one city is hard enough, right? But multiplying that across the country, that invites total operational chaos if you aren't fully prepared. A national training rollout is the coordinated delivery of a program across multiple locations. And the ultimate goal here is simple. An employee in Melbourne needs to get the exact same knowledge and the exact same high-quality experience as an employee in Perth.
There's a great saying for this. Small inconsistencies can become larger problems when repeated across several locations. Think about it. If one venue layout is slightly off, or the AV connection is just a total mystery, your expert facilitators are suddenly reduced to stressed-out IT support at 8 a.m. And that kind of inconsistency, it directly dilutes the learning outcome for everyone.
The logistical burden becomes overwhelming incredibly fast. You aren't just booking a room. You're coordinating multiple venue contacts, managing fluctuating headcounts, dealing with facilitator travel fatigue, maybe shipping physical workbooks, and trying to align catering so a late morning tea doesn't totally derail the presentation. Doing all of this piecemeal, city by city, is just a fast track to burnout.
That brings us to Section 2, building a standardized framework. This is all about architecting a completely repeatable operational experience.
Let's break down your core room layout options. Classroom style is perfect for structured training where everyone needs their own laptop space. Cabaret, that's your go-to for collaborative workshops. U-shape drives really strong interaction and facilitated discussion, while the classic boardroom works best for smaller executive training. The key takeaway here is that providing venues with a standard room diagram based on these exact parameters ensures your facilitators arrive knowing exactly how the room will operate. I mean, they shouldn't have to rearrange heavy furniture first thing in the morning before a full day of teaching.
And beyond the furniture, you absolutely have to lock down the technology. Are they using HDMI or USB-C? Is there reliable Wi-Fi for interactive polling apps? And crucially for how we work today, is the hybrid tech and video conferencing seamlessly integrated for your remote participants? Testing the standardized tech stack before anyone walks in the door is vital to avoid those really stressful delays.
All right, Section 3, nailing logistics and experience. This is how we create invisible logistics so the learning can take center stage.
To make logistics truly invisible, so participants are just focused entirely on the content, you need to do 3 specific things. First, create one master national training brief for every single venue. Second, manage all dietary requirements centrally through one unified registration process. And third, standardize your participant communications. Doing this eliminates duplicate admin. Everyone gets the same slick welcome email, just with a different local map attached.
Oh, and we definitely can't forget about the people actually delivering the content. Multi-city rollouts are physically demanding. Never schedule a trainer to arrive on a tight flight right before a session. You've got to build in buffer time for them to prepare, check the room, and actually rest. That ensures their delivery in city number 5 is just as energetic and sharp as it was in city number 1.
Moving on to Section 4, the national rollout timeline. Consider this your blueprint for flawless execution.
This 8 to 12-week roadmap is a real game changer for securing consistency without any of that last-minute scrambling. 2 to 3 months out, you'll lock in your objectives, select your cities, and shortlist venues. By the 4 to 8-week mark, you're confirming layouts, AV, and catering. Notice how, in the final 2 to 4 weeks, the focus shifts entirely to the finer details, like dietary needs and travel. Follow this timeline in that final week? Well, it's just about gentle confirmations, not putting out fires.
But remember, the timeline doesn't stop when the session ends. A major advantage of a stage rollout is that you can follow these review steps after each city. You review the participant and venue feedback, record any tech hiccups, ask the facilitator what could improve, and then apply those lessons immediately to the next location. This iterative process means the program becomes progressively stronger as it moves across the country.
Which brings us to Section 5,
One partner versus many. We're talking about centralizing your venue strategy.
When you compare these two approaches, using multiple local venue suppliers usually means repeating administrative tasks, rolling the dice on room variation, and juggling a dozen local contacts. Conversely, partnering with a single national provider drastically reduces that burden. You gain centralized administration, standardized AV in rooms, and just one primary relationship. You aren't begging for consistency in every city. Consistency is just baked right into the partnership.
This actually positions a provider like Carson's as a really organic solution to the multi-city headache, because they provide purpose-built conference and training venues across Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Perth, and Adelaide. They offer those built-in technology standards we talked about earlier. You get the reliable Wi-Fi, the hybrid capabilities, and crucially, one central contact to manage your entire national footprint. It lets you leverage their infrastructure so you can focus entirely on the learning experience.
Finally, Section 6, Measuring Rollout Success. We're looking well beyond just the learning outcomes.
When we talk about a national rollout, success really goes way beyond post-training quiz scores. By tracking operational metrics, you ensure participants receive comparable comfort and support anywhere. Yes, track attendance and completion rates, but also track venue issues. Was the catering actually on time? Did the Wi-Fi drop out? Measuring this operational consistency and the post-training application is what separates a truly successful national program from a disjointed roadshow.
I'll leave you with this provocative question to ask your team after your next session. What should remain exactly the same, and what should we improve before the next city? Because true consistency means establishing a strong baseline and then relentlessly refining the logistics until the experience is flawless everywhere. If you're ready to streamline your next program, you might want to reach out to Karstens to request a multi-city proposal. Thank you for joining me for this explainer, and absolute best of luck with your next national rollout.